Hi, I was living on minimum wage when I started my career back then in 2011. My starting salary was 478 pesos and 86 centavos per day. And back then, it was a no work, no pay arrangement, no benefits, no 13-month pay, no vacation leaves, no sick leaves. Lahat ng benefits na pwede nyo maisip, wala. And yes, I was really broke back then. And multiply mo yun by 22 days and then you get the math of how much I'm earning per month. Partly as to why I was not able to save back then is because I had this mentality that since I have a small salary, then would I still be able to save? Maybe not. Then why bother saving at all? Or why bother budgeting at all? But looking back, that's probably one of my biggest financial mistakes. Now, I am here telling you guys, if you are a minimum wage earner, don't be like me. And so for today, we are going to talk about how you can budget your money if you are a minimum wage earner or even below. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Ushin and I make videos on personal finance, tech reviews, lifestyle hacks, and whatnots. Just a reminder also that I am not a licensed financial advisor, so please always do your research. If you are in the Philippines, your minimum wage would vary depending on your location or which region you are located at and the industry that you are working on. If you are curious, this is the list of all the minimum wages in the Philippines and on different parts of the country. Now, we actually have a secret on how you would be able to budget your money regardless if you're a minimum wage earner or not. So, we have this universal rule. It's not really a rule, but it's not really mandatory. But a lot of people are practicing this and you call it the 50-30-20 rule. So, ano ba tong 50-30-20% rule? Number one is yung 50% of your salary should go to your needs. So, yung needs mo, ito yung rent, ito yung food, transportation, and anything that's basically your necessity. So, the 30% naman is for your wants. So, yung mga panggala mo, luho, gifts, and the last one, yung 20% is for your savings. If you have a long-term goal or a medium-term goal, then that's where your 20% will be allocated for. So for this case, we are actually going to use 3 assumptions on how you can budget it. And I will be also giving tips later on how you would be able to manage your budget even if you're a minimum wage earner. Number 1 is that you are a fresh graduate. Number 2, you are single, no family yet. And then the third one, you are moving out of your house and you're going to rent a place for you to stay. So here's going to be our breakdown. So 20% should automatically go to your monthly savings. So no excuses. Make it a habit that once na dumating na yung pera mo, as I've said also on my previous video, that your income minus your savings equals your expenses, not the other way around. I cannot emphasize enough how important this is because you might need that money in the future. So the second one is 50%. So yung 50% would be for your needs. So we're going to divide this into 3. So number 1 is rent. The second one is your food. And then the third one is your transportation, if there is. Medyo tricky siya eh. So, you can be flexible actually when it comes to your needs kasi pwedeng yung rent mo, pag mas malapit siya dun sa workplace mo, pwede siyang mag-compensate so that hindi mo na kailangan mag-transpo. So, yeah, just make sure you have to balance it out. But just always remember, according to an economist named William Alonso, so he has this theory called the bid-rent theory. So, ang sinasabi lang ng bid-rent theory is that the more na mas lumalapit or the more that you are nearer to the central business district or areas where there is economic prosperity, the more na mas magmamahal yung value ng lupa. So meaning, nagmamahal din ang rent, nagmamahal din ang commodities, and so on. So always take note of that whenever you're going to scout for areas where you can stay. Another tip also is that if you're going to look for a place to rent, especially in Manila, kung kaya mo naman na may kasama, please do so. So, hanap ka ng roommate or whom you can share your rent with. So, para mas makamura ka din. Still part of our needs list is the food. So, yung tip ko sa food is that number 1, take advantage of the free meals that are being given to you by sometimes your company or sometimes your parents. Kasi Promise, yung food actually is one of the most volatile expenses that you can have per month. So, may times kasi na gugutumin ka sa gabi, tapos gusto mo ng Jollibee, gusto mo ng McDo. Parang ngayon, parang ako lang. Yeah. Take advantage of free meals that will be given to you by your company. If you can bring some of the food home, then please feel free to do it. But of course, it's not possible right now for a lot of people because of the coronavirus pandemic. So also do your groceries. So for your food budget, I would recommend actually na 80% ng budget mo or yung food budget mo is allocated for groceries and then 20% for eating out. So of course, you don't want to deprive yourself na wala ring social life. And once in a while, gusto mo rin kumain sa labas with friends, with colleagues. Yeah, for the last one, 30% of your budget should be allocated for your wants. So if you look at this figure, parang hindi talaga siya kasya, no? So, yeah, I would tell you guys na mahirap talagang mabuhay on minimum wage. But if you would be able to put a little discarte on it and strategize on how you want things to work out for you, then I would give you some tips on how, you can live a more comfortable life even if you're a minimum wage earner, because your life doesn't stop on being a minimum wage earner. So the first one, if you're still single, please do not start a family yet. I'm begging you. Especially kung wala ka pa sa posisyon na mag-start ng family. So start when you feel like you are already financially ready. Magastos magpakasal, lalo na sa Pilipinas, no? Sinasabi ng marami na now is actually the best season or the best time to get married because you don't need a lot of guests, you don't need a lot of people to be in the party. So let's face it, you need to build a wealth for yourself first before you can build wealth for a family. And so the second one is to dream big dreams today, then pursue them later. You have to be physically, professionally, emotionally, mentally, and financially prepared for you to be able to achieve your dreams. Remember that God should prepare you first for whatever your heart desires. And it's also the same when you're doing your financial planning or when you're building your wealth. And the third one is budget is power. Always stick to your budget. Okay? It also teaches you discipline na, sabi nga, di ba, matuto kang mamaluktot sa maikling kumot. Ano ba yung nakalimutan ko na. Let me know in the comments section kung ano yung tamang saying kasi nakalimutan ko na. So the fourth one is something na siguro ang daming tao na nakakalimutan nilang gawin to, but sometimes ito lang talaga yung secret on how they can save up, is actually to cut out your costs. Among the items that we've broken down, if there are opportunities for you to be able to cut your costs, like yung sa food, please cut them. Maaaring paunti-unti lang yon, pero pag nag-accumulate yung costs na yon at once na you were able to cut them, ang laking luwag nun for you. For example, sa rent, if you would be able to get a work na malapit lang naman din sa bahay ninyo and you don't need to rent out, then please do so. And then the next tip would be is for you to get a side hustle. Let's be real, living as a minimum wage earner is really not enough. And so get out there, and look for some money legally, okay? And probably my last tip would be is that this is probably the best tip that I could give to you guys, is to invest in yourself. Learn a new skill, build something from it, offer your services, and in that way, we go back to my previous tip again, which is to get a side hustle. Always invest in yourself, especially if you are someone na nagsisimula pa lang sa career nila. You have to learn first, no? Never stop learning, never stop growing, fly high. And so that's for our video for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please do not forget to click the like button, and then don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button beside it so that you will be notified whenever I have a new video. Remember, the more that you learn, the more that you earn. Okay, I will see you on my next video. Bye-bye!